This was a hearing unlike any I have ever seen before. The judge in this case went through each element of her previously issued temporary restraining order line by line. She said just in case Commander Gregory Bovino misunderstood her instructions. Then she gave him even more rules to follow.
Commander Gregory Bovino leaves federal court, escorted past protesters by his own Border Patrol agents. He stands on top of his government vehicle and signals. Our sources say this is a way of directing agents to leave the area. Moments before, Bovino received a new federal directive accused of using excessive force despite a judge's order. He's now asked to report to that judge in person at 6 p.m. daily until November 5th, the next court date. She wants to know what he and his agents are up to each day. A judge ordered he wear a body-worn camera by Friday and that all use of force reports between September 2nd and this past weekend be turned over to her by the end of the week. Some in the courtroom chuckled at those orders. Bovino watched and listened as they came down.
Let her go! Let her go!
Bovino's testimony was called on the heels of this incident in Little Village. He's seen deploying tear gas onto a crowd that plaintiffs argue was not posing a safety threat.
Our own neighborhood, scaring our children.
Also after this escalation in Old Irving Park, as children were on their way to a Halloween parade. Quote, these kids, their sense of safety was shattered on Saturday, Judge Ellis added, and it's going to take a long time for that to come back.
Now, Bovino said he could not comment on specifics of certain cases without knowing more, but agreed that he and the judge are now on the same page. He stated that he would abide by the TRO. Judge Ellis says she expects everyone to act in good faith, adding that she's not afraid to enforce her order if she has to.
So what happens, Sabrina, between now and the next date? November 5th, right?
So on November 5th, between now and then, they are going to have a few people, including Bovino, sit for a deposition. Court documents show he is able to sit for at least 5 hours. So plaintiff's attorneys will be able to question him for that amount of time. And then in addition to that, they'll have to turn over body-worn camera video of use of force incidents, as well as those use of force reports that have been filed. No one has seen those since those incidents happened, not the plaintiff's attorneys and neither the judge.
So we, including you, Chris Ty, a lot of our reporters have been tracking these arrests, but under seal is also details on these arrests. Is that right?
Yes. So the people who are arrested, as well as why they were arrested, and these aren't people who have been arrested because of their immigration status. These are other folks that were taken into, or at least briefly taken into custody and possibly charged because of their actions during these enforcement actions. So the judge wants to know who, why, and what happened to them after their arrest.